For some reason, it won't do it on Tatch Capital. I think I might be able to make you the host and then you can record. All right, so now you should be able to record. Hopefully.
I don't see anything that I can record.
It's going to be if you open up the participants tab.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just click on the more button. Oh wait, that's how you.
I can stop the recording.
Okay, so it's already recording there.
Yeah, but
okay,
it doesn't seem to be recording from my side, or I don't know.
So is everybody running as a candidate?
I am running as a candidate.
I am as well. But I am open to the community, so I think it's just a good conversation we can have about what makes sense.
Yeah, most definitely.
Should we wait for 2 more people?
I think we have a while for round 1. 45 minutes, so we might as well give them some time.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Jason. And then Fuqing, I think.
Yeah,
sometimes
I think that's
bad with
two one missing.
It's Fuqing.
Who is the host?
I think I am.
Okay. Could you enable me to share the screen as well? It's
Yeah, we got everybody.
Yeah, that's 6 right there.
Okay, Vladislav, I think you should be able to share screen now.
Yep, thanks.
Hey, Jason.
So I think we just need to make sure that everyone has video on.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Go.
Je dois choisir le fond virtuel et je le trouve pas, putain. Comment je vais faire pour retrouver le fond? Choisir un fond virtuel. Filtre vidéo, filtre, fil virtuel. Je crois que je... Ajouter image. Attends, je l'avais enregistré, je crois. Les mecs, ils doivent débloquer sur moi. Voilà. Non, je l'ai coupé exprès, mais je vais la remettre 2 secondes.
Ouais, je-
I don't speak French, but I think
Yeah,
Jason's
me too.
probably on a phone call or
Yes, I'm
something.
just looking for his background screen.
Oh, yeah, the Eden background. I don't think that's strictly necessary. It's nice though.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't know where you can find it actually.
I might be able to post it here. I wonder if we can send it in chat.
Just I download the image of Aiden.
Yeah,
I
I
search the image.
Give me a second, I can get it to you.
Yeah.
Do you have to have it, the image? I think it's okay without as well.
I have it on a different computer. Sorry.
Let me just put this in the chat real quick. There you go.
Nothing wrong with the matrix.
No. Oh, there we go.
Andrew, I read your profile in advance, so you can play us music while we wait.
Yeah, a little bit of elevator music. I think I have to share screen for that.
Marche pas bien. Attends.
Let me find some elevator music here.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
Not sure if that's coming through, but it mutes all of your guys. Or for me, I can't hear you guys. So
It worked well.
that might actually not be.
We
Yeah,
can
for
add
about
that into the next
15
election.
That's a good idea. Is that part of your pitch?
Yeah, exactly. That's there. Step one, music.
Yeah.
How do we want to start this? Oh, we just lost somebody.
So close.
Who's been through an election before? Has anybody been through an election? The mock election?
I was part of the
Yeah.
mock election as not as a delegate, just as a voter.
Got it.
I participated in both.
Excellent.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't an Eden member for the first one, but managed to get in before the second trial election. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm not sure where Fuqing went, but I just messaged him in Telegram.
Okay.
Haven't received a reply yet.
Let's just wait a few minutes more and then we should start.
Yeah, Yeah, we only have, I guess,
25 minutes left, yeah.
So just double checking who all is trying to be a delegate. I know Josh, Vlad, myself,
Yes.
and then Tatch Capital.
Yeah.
Were you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm presenting myself as well.
Excellent. And then Jason.
Yeah, just share a link, I think, for his
Share the link, I
project.
just opened it.
Yes, I
Oh,
represent the Year Journée.
Uh-huh.
This is my website for tuto and media in France.
Oh, nice.
I am francophone, and I speak little bit English. I am not best in English. Just okay.
Oh, I'm an anglophone. Je parle un peu, non, je parle un peu le français. But
C'est bien, it's
clearly
good for
not
me.
very much.
C'est bien pour moi. It's good for me.
Je parle français aussi s'il y a besoin, donc je pourrais traduire, pas de souci.
Magnifique. Je pense que tu vas pouvoir me donner un petit coup de main, donc c'est hyper gentil.
Okay, I think we should start, otherwise we won't have much time. Who wants to start? Let's keep like 4 minutes for everyone, so we have a few minutes left to conclude.
I have a presentation. It will take like 5 minutes.
Okay, well, let's go ahead then.
Okay. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Nice. So my name is Vladislav Hramtsov. A few words about me. I studied finance in Stockholm School of Economics, worked in PwC, legal and tech department. The lower screenshot is a comment that I left on Everything EOS video. The developer courses were good, so I did quit PwC and went full-time EOS. I learned how to write smart contracts and started 2 projects on the mainnet, Consortium and CTF. Should I be elected, the funding will be used to further develop these apps. So let's start with CTF. New EOS and Eden community members all get the same questions. Which tokens should I buy? How much should I buy? And when should I sell them? What if there was only one token that should be bought? And what if investor would not have to worry and to buy? That's exactly what we've built. One token that eliminates the investment related worries. We created EOS ETF token that contains within itself 13 different EOS mainnet tokens. This is the use of our DApp. In the current phase, it enables anyone with ETF sending in 13 different tokens. It is also possible to buy 13 tokens by sending in the EOS ETF. Here you can see percentages of the tokens in the fund. For example, 8.2% of fund's money is in every EOS token. The price of EOS ETF has been pegged to the price of tokens it consists of, since the token is traded on DeFi box and some users have performed arbitrage. So the future or the traction. We launched the fund 6 months ago. 35 individuals invested 30,000 USD into it. 5 people are in the multisig, 2 developers, and 3 individuals who invested into the fund. Everyone in multisig are Eden members, and currently 115 individuals hold EOS ETF. So the future, after having fully developed the EOS ETF, the plan is to scale that solution, enabling anyone to create and manage their own ETFs. Think about ETFs of other chains, real estate stocks. Imagine buying one token that covers all your investment needs. So if I get elected in the first round, following features would be delivered. Firstly, fund rebalancing. We would onboard fund managers who will vote on what tokens to have in the fund. Voting function will automatically buy and sell tokens on the DeFi box. We would also improve tokenomics, add historical data, and improve the redemption function. Getting elected in the second round, we would do everything mentioned previously, plus we would pay for the code audits and create EOS ETF to add liquidity. Getting funds of the third round would enable four full-time developers to build protocol that enables anyone to create and manage ETFs, bringing into reality what was discussed in the slide about the future. Now about Consortium. Consortium is an on-chain polling app that enables communities on mainnet to use their tokens to vote in polls. We launched it 2 years ago. Around 10,000 votes have been casted by more than 1,500 accounts. So on Consortium, each community has their own feed with polls. Voters and poll creators are rewarded in governed tokens. It is possible to stake governed tokens to increase their rewards. Most recent feature that we added is a claiming tool. It enables Eden members to claim various tokens of EOS mainnet. That feature could be viewed as a UBI for Eden members. So with Consortium, we have a working solution that needs more traction. Expect the usage to increase, and we'll have a discussion to understand what is needed. One possibility is to automatically create community on Consortium once it is created on Eden. To sum it up, if I get elected, we will build fully functional EOS ETF with fund managers. I will continue to communicate with EOS communities to understand what governance solutions they need. I will continue to add and configure new pools and communities on Consortium, and I will participate in all Eden's meetings, think of possible bylaws, and review the bylaws of others. Thank you.
Thank you. It's gonna be hard to follow a deck. Anybody want to follow a deck? I'm happy if you unless you want to go, Andrew.
Sure, yeah, I'll go. I just have a little written pitch, so no deck, but I might share my screen just for illustration purposes. So this is I don't have it memorized because it's like 6 a.m. where I am. And,
California?
Yeah, I'm in San Diego.
All right, Florida, Tampa to San Diego.
Oh, very nice. This is it's amazing weather here, which
always
Tampa also, but it gets a little humid sometimes.
A little. Go ahead, please.
All right, so my name is Andrew Ware. I've been into EOS since before mainnet launch, sometime in mid-2017. I'm a Genesis account holder, GM3D GoBZ Gauge. I'm a musician, or as the joke goes, what do you call someone who hangs out with musicians? A drummer. So I'm a drummer. In pursuing a DIY music career, I've picked up lots of skills. I've cobbled together JavaScript snippets and Google spreadsheets to automate my recording studio booking process. I've laser cut and screen printed plywood into folding album covers for my label, and lots in between. I love learning everything from physics to geopolitics and obviously blockchain. The vision I have for blockchain, and I think this dovetails nicely with EOS's capabilities, is a world in which every coercive institutional power structure is slowly and peacefully replaced with a cornucopia of voluntary, cooperative, productive microeconomies whose power comes from their intrinsic value. Blockchain allows anyone to compete with incumbent institutions by encoding a mathematical model of their theory of value distribution within an industry into a smart contract. My vision for blockchain is one where a low-level sweatshop manager in Malaysia who knows the garment industry like the back of her hand, but has never written a line of code, can create an automated middleman replacement that rewards the parts of the supply chain that truly create value. And that's where my specific solution for EOS could help. EOS holds tremendous value as a means for allowing the average person to create what is essentially an automated business. It's flexible enough to be updated if it misbehaves and sophisticated enough to enable layers upon layers of trust, much like we saw with the Ami's solution. It's basically the realization of my vision for blockchain, but there's a problem. In order to unlock the potential of the EOS blockchain, you need to know C++ as well as the EOS IO library for it. Meanwhile, only 0.5% of the world even knows how to code. This cuts out nearly the entire world from participating in the revolutionary process of upending an industry by uploading some code to the blockchain. So here's what I'm proposing. A block-based development environment like Google's Blockly, and I can share my screen in case you're not familiar. Need to change tabs here. So this is Blockly right here, just for context. So what I'm envisioning is something like Blockly, but for EOS.io code, which is easy enough that a 5-year-old could use it. We should include common and useful functions like staking and transferring in these little blocks here. Lost my place here. And we should have all necessary permissions, sort of like how this has count here, pre-populated in drop-down menus. I think there should be modules for getting random numbers from the DAT network. There should be modules for deploying to a local blockchain and sending block header Merkle routes to the mainnet. There should be modules for deploying Eden's local history solution. And we might as well throw in a module for the Eden process and make it a full plug and play DAO. The bottom line is we need to break free from the malignantly broken systems that are metastasizing into every facet of our culture. I appreciate that people have good ideas of how to increase token price, but the goal of EOS should not be to increase token price. If we can successfully use EOS to replace these broken systems, then the value will probably increase. But that is a symptom of success, not a goal in and of itself. To me, the single most impactful thing we can do as a community is open up the tremendous bounty of blockchain to people who understand a particular facet of potential blockchain solutions, like economics or an industry or game theory, but who don't know how to code. The value that an easy non-code IDE for EOS.io would unlock in the world using EOS would unleash a revolution. And I'll stop sharing my screen now.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Good. To understand properly, Andrew, you want to finance something like the program you show for EOS.
Yeah, and actually Blockly is open source and has pretty easy integration tools so that you can add plugins to it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Joshua, do you want to present something as well, or there is just Jason and me left?
Sure, I can go ahead. So my name is Josh Anderson. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Ava. Ava is a startup based out of Canada, based out of Montreal. By way of background, I've been 20+ years in enterprise architecture and strategy. I come from largely consulting. I've been running as a senior director for a global consulting firm for many years. Worked with the largest companies in the world and had my fingerprints at some point on their architectures. I joined Ava largely because of their mission statement and our intent and how we're leveraging blockchain to really innovate in the ride sharing and delivery space. Specifically, EVA looks to franchise our markets. So each of our markets are private markets. They are driver owned, which means our drivers, unlike Uber, unlike Lyft, unlike DoorDash, and all the rest of these guys, our drivers own a stake in their local market. We sell that transparently through the blockchain and issue token ownership. Our long-term intention is to continue to open up and bridge the world of enterprise with the world of social sharing economies. And so for us, we're able to take the world of enterprise and show that you can merge these harmoniously with socially responsible sharing economies, leveraging blockchain to empower that. So for us, we are bringing a revolution into the enterprise world, not just the social. I know there's a lot of conversation about what blockchain can do socially and globally, but more practically right now, enterprise dominates our world. Companies dominate our world in many ways. If we can't get companies to adopt and come on to our platforms and leverage it more broadly, I believe that will accelerate EOS community as well as the token value inherently. So from my perspective, why am I here with Eden and why am I looking to be a delegate? EVA is one of the largest enterprise companies running on EOS blockchain right now. We have been running for many years. We're heading into another round of funding. We are a fully funded company running out of Montreal. We'd not be investing in a potential product. This is a live consumer application that is expanding globally. We are opening multiple markets as we speak, and will continue to grow and accelerate. So for me, part of this approach would be to obviously accelerate one of the largest initiatives under the EOS blockchain, which is EVA, but also in the broader sense, and I think Andrew, it's very similar to some of the comments you have. We need to open this up to non-crypto, non-EOS blockchain people. If you cannot bring this to the masses in a way that can be consumed, we'll continue to struggle in a bubble. My job, I come from that world. I can bring those people in, I can bring in those conversations, and I can help evolve that technology. So I would invest in the companies that are driving value to EOS blockchain right now. And I would invest in the tooling of our foundational capabilities to open up more accessibility. So this is focused on the libraries. As an example, there's no mobile EOS libraries to connect directly from mobile into the blockchain to enable real-time conversation with the blockchain. You have to bridge that code that's available right now. We should be opening up accessibility of that code base in the blockchain across all available libraries. We should be simplifying that access. Andrew, I think your suggestion is an interesting one. These are the areas of focus I would have, is expanding the EOS development community's capabilities and opening it to the broader enterprise world, adjusting that message, and investing in companies that are driving value in the blockchain today. And the final note I would make is that if EVA specifically were to get investment as part of this or as a subset of this, we'd consider moving our entire code base to the mainnet. So that is something that I think is attractive to the community as a whole as well. That is my pitch for the day, and I look forward to hearing the rest.
Thank you. All right, Jason, maybe you can go ahead and I'll finish then.
Yes, ok, donc ça va.
And just as a note, we have about a 10-minute warning here, 9 minutes it looks like.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Jason. I discovered blockchain 3 years ago, and I am all in on EOSio ecosystem with a team of friends. We have started the EOS journey for educational content on EOSio. I represent the EOS journey, a media company for onboarding the new user in the EOSio ecosystem. If I win, the fund will be used for media content and courses. We have started Telegram 1 month ago, and I have already 500 members. We'll be financially autonomous with paid private community courses and events sales. Now I show you my website. Écran partagé. Okay. Je sais. Là, you look my écran? Okay, good.
It's loading, but okay. For now it's black screen. Yeah, working now.
This is Zero Journée, my website. 3 languages: English, Spanish, and French. Your choice is here. The website. For coming in the entered in the community, you click here. Zeurjournée.1. This is me with my friend and next friend for constructive website. And Telegram link with my community. Okay. This is my channel in YouTube and my video for tutorial for creation of first account on EOS, and download wallet Wombat for gaming and NFT, and the second video for sending and receive the token. This is et après, and this is my Twitter account. EOS need marketing and educational content. Zero Journée will do it. It's okay for me.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Then I'll try to wrap it up. I don't have a presentation. So my name is Cedric. I actually started with BitShare in 2016. I've been trading for almost 15 years. I'm also working for PwC as a cybersecurity consultant. And I've now my own company. So I created this company called Tatch Capital with a friend of mine. And the idea is to create a deflationary token, which started with BitShare and has been ported to EOS a little bit less than 2 years ago. So the only purpose is to reduce the supply and, if possible, grow the community. But we are mostly self-sufficient. We don't require new members. Basically, we have a family office that does trading, and part of these profits are used to buy the token and destroy them. And that's the only thing we focus on. If I was to be elected, actually, I would like to finance 2 projects, which are EOS Bees, which is a little bit like Jason idea. It's to bring more awareness to the EOS community, and to also shift a little bit I would say the mood from the crypto community in general toward the EOS, because a lot of people are kind of complaining about it. Though from my point of view, and I think others who have actually built things like Joshua or Vladislav would agree with me, EOS is actually a really proper working product, a finished one. This is why we switched from BitShare to EOS, where we had the choice between a lot of different smart contract platform. We chose this one because, well, it's working properly from all the testing we've done. It also has no transaction fee, and that's why we really want to have EOS being more important within the crypto community, because it has dropped a lot compared to other competitors, and for no no objective reason from my point of view. So that's why I'd like to finance EOSBs and as well our own project, because if we get financing, we would be able to destroy more of our token and further improve this deflationary trend that we have going. And that's it for myself. I don't know if anyone has any question to anyone else. I guess we have a few minutes left to discuss and have some quick question and answer between ourselves, and then we should vote.
Josh, I have a quick question about Ava.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, are you guys running on a private chain right now, or?
We are.
So that's a private EOS.io chain?
We are running on the private EOS chain. This was one of the discussions that I had said as part of potentially funding, we could move to the mainnet. Right now, it's a restriction that we have financially. Obviously, as a growing enterprise, the cost is paramount. But we've had a long-standing partnership, and I'm sure many of you guys are aware of Raphael, who is our CEO, and his involvement in this community. And yeah, it's been a good partnership for a long time, but we continue to run on the private chain. Yes.
Would you consider doing something like Bullish is doing, and like I mentioned, doing the publishing your block headers to the mainnet, which would not require nearly as much CPU as actually running the whole thing on the mainnet?
Yeah, it's something that we definitely want to explore. So we're doing this in phases. Obviously, one of the first things is taking care of our drivers, right, in this social sharing economy that we need to instantiate. So selling off our stake in tokens is our #1 priority as we open up our first franchise, and then looking to port that into the mainnet is really where our next step would be, and that lines up with our funding rounds, which we have kind of laid out in a path. So we just completed, if you're unaware, Rob, why would you be? We about 2-3 months ago, we just completed another round of funding, and that lined up with us taking over marijuana delivery for Canada, for part of Canada. So we are going to be the first delivery company doing medical marijuana delivery, or I guess not even medical, legal. We're going to be drug pushers. I joke, but we take it very seriously. It's a significant win. I think it's a significant move in the blockchain, and actually, it's an interesting value add because our transparency to the government and the ability to report transactions in real time makes a big difference in our ability to win that contract. Our transparency in the costs and how we're charging and how those funds are being transferred. All of that, the government, especially as we look at the governments like Canada, like Chile, like Korea, like Japan, they're really interested in that visibility and that transparency. It's a different spin on blockchain and a different value proposition. It's interesting.
So just a heads up, our meeting timer is done, so we have 10 minutes to vote.
What do you think about the journey and maybe elected?
Sorry?
What do you think about their journey and me be elected?
I think that's what we all have to consider as we look at the votes. I agree. I think was it Cedric you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Cedric mentioned it. Jason, you mentioned it too. Marketing, education. You know, we all kind of touched on this conversation, whether it's accessibility through the development community, through the enterprise community, through the layman individual being able to get into the EOS just as a general concept. There's no question it's valuable. So I think it's valuable.
Yeah, I think particularly opening up the EOS community to non-English speaking people is, to me, one of the big challenges of a decentralized system that is worldwide is the language barrier. And so I really appreciate, Jason, that you have come as a French speaker into the English speaking community as a sort of bridge between those. And I think that's a really valuable thing. That said, my main focus is trying to get the usage of EOS up through actual solutions for people that are truly compelling.
Okay, thank you.
Not to say that I don't think it's very valuable, but personally, my vote is going towards solutions that will drive real world usage of the EOS blockchain.
Okay, thank you.
I think we all go into voting. And then do we...
Oh, that.
By the way, guys, I love just meeting you all and how fun it is to hear. Like Vlad, I really, I mean, actually every one of you, Andrew, I'm so curious about your journey. So I hope we can talk again. I'd like to.
Yeah, it's same for me. And actually I have a question for Vlad, because from my understanding, Joshua, you are already basically like us, you're up and running since a while for the moment. So I've saw that Vladislav, you have plans if you get finance and what you want to do, but can you explain a little bit more what would be the actual next step for your project? Because I discovered a consortium only a few days ago. I mean, I knew about it, but I only interacted with it a few days ago. It seems interesting also to promote different projects within the community itself. So if you can just explain again to me what would be your first next step, like your main important goal, not the whole business plan or project you have, but what would be the exact next step if you were to be elected?
So for consortium or for CTF?
For consortium first. I understand that you have also 2 projects as well, but for consortium, that was my question, yes.
First, just to see more usability. So it has all the functionality for polling, but just the EOS mainnet has been dead basically for the past year. So the next thing would be just to see the users and just get the feedback from them to understand whether they like what's been built right now or they would like to see something else. So that's the next step for consortium. But for CTF is to have this automatic rebalancing function. So next step is to onboard the fund managers and have this function built. So it's in progress right now, not built yet.
Okay, thank you. That was it for me. Yeah, Joshua said we probably should vote and join the main room again.
Yep.
Okay. Was great to meet you guys.
Should we just drop here, guys? Should we drop and join the main?
Yeah, I think we should. Was great to meet you guys. I guess we would.
Meet you, Andrew.
Nice.
Jason.